All right, magic question for the Money Max account debt elimination. Ready? Can I ask you a quick question? If there was a way that you could legitimately eliminate the banks out of your life forever, pay off all your debts, eliminate most of the interest, and be debt free, I mean, even a brand new mortgage in as little as 5, 6, 7 years. Like, if that was possible, would you at least want to see how you could do that and understand how that would work? No matter how comfortable you are, when you tell someone the opposite of what the banks and Wall Street have ingrained into their mind of be in debt, just focus on rate and payments, right? Get the lowest rate you can, stretch out the payments because
Mhm.
you're going to build equity, right? All that stuff that they get ingrained. Here's the best thing that I've said, not the best, one of the good things that I've said that makes people think. We are so conditioned by the way the banking system and Wall Street controls us, and we don't even realize it, right? So the best magicians in the world have you focused on something while they're actually fooling you right in front of you,
Mhm.
right? So the
Right.
banks, they have us conditioned on rate and payment, rate and payment, rate and payment. And Wall Street has us conditioned on, well, live your life and whatever you have left over, try to put over here and you'll try to make 20%. And we know that doesn't happen. If there was a way that you can eliminate the banks and get the banks out of your life forever, why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want that money like coming back to you, working for you, doing other things with it, building more wealth, instead of blowing it away from you to the banks for the rest of your life? Because that's what they want, right? Hear me out on this. I said that, like, they fool you, all that stuff. Here's a question that will help people realize that they're just getting fooled. And I can prove it, by the way. I have a YouTube video that if you want to watch it, really good. I put together a scenario. Client A was keep refinancing, stay in debt, and with the leftover money, invested in the market and where they're going to be at in 30 years. Because that's what we're taught in the financial sector. Don't pay off your debt. I can get you more money over here. Don't pay off that 2% loan. It's like free money. Come on, we have all heard this. I can prove that's not factual. And that video actually does it. And you have to have an open mind and actually watch it because we have been so conditioned to think a certain way. And when you see the truth, man, the truth certainly does set you free. And here's what I ask a lot. If a lower rate and a lower payment was so great for the consumer, would the bank ever advertise it? Right?
Yeah.
And whenever the interest rates get lower, man, the bank marketing tends to pick up on get that
Really?
refinance done. If it was such an advantage for the consumer and it was hurting the bank, would they ever even talk about it? Makes you think at least, right? So that's something I talk about a lot. And the velocity of money, and banks know this, is real, right? You getting that money in motion is real. Starting the cycle of that amortized loan only helps the bank because now you're at the beginning of that cycle. When you're sending $1,000, $2,000 to the bank, and 1,200 of it is interest, I'm sorry, that's not 3%.
No.
Now I know it's a 3% amortized loan over 30 years, but then how come if you were in banking, how come have you ever seen, I think it's page 12 or I don't remember, and
Yeah.
the loan disclosure where it
does.
says, you have your 3% or 5%, it says APR there. Right underneath that, and I want you to go look at one if you have one, like literally right underneath that, it says this is not your interest rate in those very words because
It
they
does.
have to
Yeah.
disclose that. Underneath that, there's a little box called total interest percentage. And that's usually 50, 60, 70, depending on, that's really the volume of interest that you're paying. I want to put on your investor hat, Mr. Client. Put on your investor hat for a minute. I found a great investment opportunity for you. Now I'm your contact on this. I'm your agent of it. I found it. It's gonna be $1,000 a month. Man, it's gonna get an awesome return. 20%, right? 20% a
Yep.
year. Oh, by the way, they take my fee out of your $1,000. It's 700. Would you ever do that deal? $700 a month is my fee for my services. Would you, and only 300 is going, like, would you do that? You're giving 1,000 and only 300 is going to the principal of your investment. We would never do that deal on the investment side, right? So why do we just accept that deal on the debt side? And when
Yeah.
you really logically think through that, holy cow, Brian, you're right. I gave $12,000 this year and only 3,600 of it went to the actual equity of my investment. The rest went to interest. That's not 3, 4, 5% interest, man. Now, if the client actually stays in that mortgage 360 consecutive payments and they never move and they never refinance, which the banks have all the actual data. They know the average consumer stays in it 5, 6, 7 years. They know that.
Right.
And so if they stayed in it 30 years, I can understand the argument of, hey, keep paying that mortgage and use your other money for other things. I still don't agree with it fully, but I can understand that argument.
Mhm.
Nobody does that. They're moving or refinancing every 5, 6, 7 years. Starting that cycle of debt. So anyway, I don't. Maybe you're getting some good nuggets out of this.